place for your head top. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Dania Beach High Lie inside the casino at Dania Beach for today's 9-game performance of the world's fastest game. At the moment, we have no scratches to report. Fingers and toes crossed, it stays that way. All games will have win, play, show, quinella, exacta, and trifecta selections available for you. This upcoming first game is the beginning of the early daily double, and the second daily double of the day will be game number 8. Games 3 and 7 kick off the pick 3, where you try to get 3 winners in a row on a ticket, and game 6 starts the pick 4, which is 4 in a row. And we did have a winner last night, so there is no carry forward. We're starting from 0 today. Games 3, 6, and 9 are played to 9 points, and that means the superfecta is involved. That involves not just first, second, and third, but fourth place, or the quad as well. A reminder of what's coming up. We're going to be off tomorrow, and then Tuesday, all-day highlight, 1 and 7, 9-game performances, then an off-day Wednesday, then Thursday at 7 p.m., then next Friday, this coming Friday, the third of our quarterfinal partidos in the Dania Beach Invitational Series. We have 2 teams in the semis. We're looking for 2 more, and this one, game 10 on Friday night, 15-point straight points, no double points. Tombor and Argoitia taking on Libois and Denel. That's the 3rd seed versus the 6th seed. And the winner will move into the semifinals. The loser is knocked out of the tournament. And then we'll have, as you see on the board, Garcia and Matinee, Oleron and Laborde on January 23rd. And then those 2 winners will meet on February 6th. We already have 1 semifinal set, Johan and Gorka against Vicente and Oyardi. That's all coming up on consecutive Fridays right through February 13th, the Dania Beach Invitational Championship. And that'll be followed by the international tournament, the Biscayne Cup, where teams are coming in from Europe to join the winner of the Dania Beach Invitational. That'll be a spectacular week of highlight, and we'll give you more deets on that as they come in. Take a moment to tell you that our broadcast is brought to you by Better Care of Broward Medical Center, where they speak English, Spanish, and French, accept all insurance, and welcome walk-ins. Visit their primary and family practice at 599 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. Better Care of Broward is your local choice for all your medical needs. Today's uniforms are proudly sponsored by IGT and Every, together built to win. Our Champions Corner sponsor, and yes, Champions Corner is lit up and ready to go today down there by the back wall. Look for the bright lights and the yellow sign. Dolphin Jewelers invites you to treat yourself or someone special with jewelry from Dolphin Jewelers. They're just down the street at 52 North Federal Highway in Dania Beach. Dolphin Jewelers will buy, sell, repair, and trade all types of jewelry, even custom designs. Mention Highlight for an extra special discount at Dolphin Jewelers. Our media coverage is powered by TPI, driven to connect. And in Connecticut, everybody knows you place your highlight wagers at mywinners.com, the #1 betting outlet in the state of Connecticut. Mywinners.com, where Connecticut bets on highlight. Over at Champions Corner, by the way, you can advance order if you'd like for some items at the grill. To order here, watch a little highlight, then go pick up your food when it's ready. There's also a Dania Highlight merchandise there, plus some drinks and snacks, so that's all available Friday night, all day Saturday, and the Sunday matinee at Champions Corner. Got about 10 minutes till we kick off the afternoon's festivities. Thank you so much for joining us. One last reminder that we do have our free YouTube channel, Dania Beach Highlight on YouTube. Just please subscribe. There you can watch past performances. If you'd like to watch either of the 2 partidos so far in the series, you can do that. And of course, you can watch a live performance as we are streaming, and there's also a chat area for you too. So that's available on YouTube at Dania Beach Highlight. Good luck. Thank you for being here. Have a wonderful day. We are at last call for our opening game today. Last call. And we do welcome all of you. Prior to our first game, as we always do here, we ask you, if you are able, to please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem. Our first game today is Spectacular 7 singles. All points will double after the first round of play. Aurora will be serving, and the red shirt post number 1 on the receiving end of Tyne, and the blue post number 2. Here is the serve. The performance is underway. Tejada, and one gets the first point. Boyardee in post 3. That'll work for the 1. Now Vicente, post 4 green. Point to one. Laborde in the black shirt, post 5. Point 5. Ahmet's in the gold, post number 6. Ahmet's from the wood, goes to the 2 wall, and that's going to be a winner for the 6. Now Tom Board takes the court in post 7. Just short, point to 6. Now the purple post 8, Urachua will complete the first round. Perfect throw by Urachua, point to the 8. The double point round starting with a tie in post number 2. 8 will serve. Point 2. Oyardi in post 3. One bounce and good for the 2. Vicente, post 4. Right down the wall, point to 4. Now Aron in post number 1. Point to 4. Laborde in the 5 post. You can see that's a little bit too high. 1 to 5. This is Tambor in the 7 post. Somehow that made it. Tambor. That Tejada is a winner, point to 7. Ahmet's post 6. Ahmet sweeps the right side over Tambor's head. Chick-chack. Point to 6. This is Erwin Chua back in the 8 post. Six again. Ahmet has possible game point in post 6. Here's OARD in post 3. Over serve. Point 3. It's a tie in post 2. That's a winner. Off the serve from a time, point to 2. He's got possible game point, serving to a raw in post 1. 2 with a possible game point. Strong with a bote. Point end game. Post 2 with 6 second and 4 third. Our opening game today won by a tie in post 2 with the Mets. Second at post 6, Vicente. Third at post 4, 2-6 Exacta, 146.60. 2-6 Quinella, 44.80. 2-6 $2 try, 409.80. Game 2 will conclude the early daily double, the first number of which is a 2. Spectacular 7 singles coming up. 5 minutes. Game 2. Last call for game 2 selections. Last call. The second game is spectacular 7 singles with Vicente serving in post 1 red with Dubois receiving in the blue of post number 2. All points are doubling after each player has a turn on the court. Vicente starts the game. One to one. Now Garcia in post 3, white shirt. Point 3, Celaya, post 4 in the green. That's a good throw by Celaya, but the rebote save for Garcia. Point to 3. Now Tambor in the black shirt, post number 5. Point to 5. Javier in the gold, post number 6. Beautiful catch there by Tambor, lobbing that left side, looking for the Chula, nearly got it. Javier Labote, Tambor scoop, Tambor placement is just right, point to 5. Now Laurent in post 7. Five again. Ahmet's in post 8, completing round 1. Tombor playing for the Angles. He's got it. Point to 5. Now the double point round beginning with Libois in the 2-post. That is out of play, point at 5. 5 as possible game point. Here's Vicente in post 1, possible game point, post 5. What? Zelaya in the 4-post returns. Point 1. Vicente with a possible game point at post 1. Here's Garcia, post 3. 1 with possible game point. Vicente fall down to bote from the wood, and that's going to be double point and game to post number 1, 5-second, 3/3. On top in game number 2, Vicente out of post number 1, Tombor second, post 5, Garcia third in post 3. Exacta 1 and 5, 60-40. Quinella 1-5, 38.60, 153 $2 trifecta, $203, and a $2 2-1 daily double, $75.60. Game 3 is our first of the Superfecta games today. Spectacular 9 doubles and the beginning of the pick 3. Game 3 with us in just a few minutes. Game 3, last call for betting on the Pick 3 and Superfecta, last call. This is the third game, Spectacular 9 doubles game, all points doubling after round 1. A Mets and a Tyne, post 1 in the red shirts, Chanika and Danelle. The blue, post 2 will receive. All points doubling after this round. This game is played to 9 points. A Mets with the serve. We're underway in game 3. Cortada, and a first point for a Mets and a Tyne in post 1. Now Vicente with Argoitia in the white shirts, post number 3. Two-ball. Didn't quite get it there, though. And it's a remarkable save by a Mets. And that is short. Point to the 1. The 4 teams, Tombor with Ken Pendeghi. Tyne coming in, some power from line 7. Ken Pendeggy was waiting. Point to the 1. Now the black shirts in post 5, Garcia and Delpeche. Inside placement, 1 bounce, 2 bounces, and Garcia wins the point for the 5. Now in the gold shirts, here's the 6, Celaya with Urachua. Over serve, point 6. Javier Oyardi, post 7. Javier in close, goes deep, and Urachua playing steadily. Great hustle by Javier to come back to save that point. So far, Celaya, Cortada, and there is Oyardi on the spot, goes to the outside. Urachua calls for it. Urachua, a great grab there. High bounce, point to the 6. Now Oleron and Laborde and post 8 purple completing the round. Oleron puts the right side toward the backcourt. Point 8. Now the double point round begins in this 9-point game. Here is the 2, Janika and Donnell. Oleron with a tough catch. Point two. Now post three returns Vicente and Arguetia. Point three. Tabor, Ken Pendeghi back in the four post. Two on Mote, going to be caught by Vicente. Strong right side, well placed, point three. Matinee back in the one post. It's out of play, point to three. Here's the five, Garcia and Delpeche. Garcia closes in, goes deep, it's going to come out. Vicente with a rebote down the wall. Delpeche can't quite make the catch, point to three. 8 points and possible game point for the three team, Vicente and Arguetia. Here's Javier and Oyardi in post seven. Possible game point, post number three. Oyardi with the catch at line 13. Double point end game to post number 3. Coming in second, post 1. And for show and quad, it will be 6 serving to 2. Point 6, they show. 2 is fourth. Game 3 won by post 3, Vicente and Argoitia. Metz and Atine second in post 1. Celaya Urachua third in post 6. And Shanika and Donnell took the quad in post 2. The official results have a 3-1 exacta for 31.20, the 1-3 Quinella 25.20, 3-1-6 $2 trifecta 245.20, and a 3-1-6-2 $1 super 450.30 for a dime $45.03 while they're still around. First number in the pick 3. Game 4 spectacular 7 doubles. Windows open now, 5 minutes until game number 4. Take a moment to remind you that our broadcast is brought to you by Better Care of Broward Medical Center. They speak English, Spanish, and French, accept all insurance and welcome walk-ins. Visit their primary and family practice at 599 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. Better Care of Broward, your local choice for all your medical needs. Today's uniforms are proudly sponsored by IGT and Every, together built to win. Our Champions Corner sponsor is Dolphin Jewelers. You can treat yourself or someone special, and we are getting closer to Valentine's Day with jewelry from Dolphin Jewelers right down the street at 52 North Federal Highway in Dania Beach. They buy, sell, repair, and trade all types of jewelry, even custom designs. Mention Highlight for an extra special discount at Dolphin Jewelers. Our media coverage is powered by TPI, driven to connect. And in Connecticut, the wise ones place their highlight wagers at mywinners.com, the #1 betting outlet in the state of Connecticut. Mywinners.com, where Connecticut bets on highlight. Over at Champions Corner right now, Dania Highlight merch is available. A way to celebrate this great game with Dania Highlight shirts and hoodies. 4 minutes to post, game 4. Game 4, last call for your selections on the fourth game. This is game 4, spectacular 7 doubles game. Oleron and Oyardi, a pair to post number 1. They'll start with the serve to post 2, Tambor and Argoitia. All points doubling after the first round. Oleron starts the game with a serve. Scooped up by Oyardi on the reverse. Two. Lebois with Eki, post 3. Inside placement is a 2-bounce winner for Lebois, point to 3. Javier and Donnell are paired post 4. A point for 3. Chanika with Urachua in post number 5. Point 3 of the gold, post 6 will be Garcia and a Tyne. Cortada, perfectly shot by Garcia, point to the 6. Ahmed's with Campendegui in the brown shirts at post number 7. And the ball was not cleanly caught. Juggle has been ruled, .26. Post number 8, Aura and Del Pesh, concluding the single point round. Off the basket, point to the 6. Now here's post 1, Oleron and Oyardi as the points double in value. Garcia, smooth right side rebote. And that recovery is out of play, point of the 1. Back in post 2, that's Tombor in the front court, Argoitium in the back. Mate by Tombor, Oleron almost made a miraculous play, point to the 2. That'll bring out the 4 team, Javier and Donnell. Foul board to the floor. By 4. Post 5 returns, Janika Narachua. Strong right side from Shanika, point 5. Post 3 returns, Libois and Eki. Too high and out of play. Double point for post 3, giving them 5 and a possible game point. This is Amets with Campendegi in post 7. Possible game point, post number 3. Flashy catch by Campendegi. The Mets took the opening, but Libois will get there to return it. This is going to be a tough play. Point in game, post number 3. Place and Show has 6 serving the 2. Over serve, point and place to post 2, 6 takes the show. Your winners in game number 4, post 3, Libois with Eki coming in second, Tombor and Argoitian post 2, and third to post 6, Garcia with a tine. 3-2 Exacta, 49.60, 2-3 Quinella, 21.40, 3-2-6 $2 try, 150 240. And the second number in the early pick 3 is a 3. Game 5 will conclude that. It's Spectacular 7 singles coming up in just about 5 minutes till game number 5. A reminder, we're off tomorrow here, but back on Tuesday with a twin bill at 1 and 7. Then off on Wednesday, then Thursday at 7 p.m., then a big night on Friday with our third of the quarterfinals in the Dania Beach Invitational. 15-point partido following game number 9. And then Saturday will be a doubleheader, and then back to a week from today, another Sunday 1 p.m. performance. But on Monday, the 19th, we'll have Highlight. We'll have a special matinee at 1 p.m. on Monday the 19th. Last call for betting on the 5th game. This is your last call. Game 5 is the spectacular 7 singles game with Eki starting off serving in post 1's red shirt, Garcia receiving in post 2 blue, all points doubling after round number 1. Eki starts the game. Eki's about to caught on the wood by Garcia. And a terrific catch by Eki going across his face to make that one. Point 2. Urachua post 3 in the white shirt. Point 2. Laborde in the green, post 4. And that's a fine 2-all Bote winner for Garcia. Point 2 the 2. Black shirt, it's a tie in post 5. Huge for the Bote there by Garcia. Time trying to find it, and that was tricky. Point 2. Donnell in the gold, post 6 to receive serve. Two out of Bote is going to be caught and returned by Garcia, bouncing off the fence. And Donnell with a good right side for the winner, point to 6. Here's Oyard in the 7 post. That ball juggled, not completely caught, point to 7. Now the 8 post, Kempendengi completing round 1. Point 7. Double point round starts with Eki returning in post 1. Eki kept Urabote inside, double point for the 1. Back in post 3, Urichua. That takes 2 bounces, point to 1. Now the board in post 4. What a touch by Eki, a sort of a bote dejada. Point to 1. Possible game point for Eki in the 1 post. Here's the tie in post 5. 1 with a possible game point. Five will score. Garcia at post 2. Time with a twisty catch, big right side. Garcia to the floor. Time. That will check up, point to 5. Donnell, post 6. Point 6. Ken Pendeghi, post 8. Point 6. Possible game point for Donnell in post 6. Here's OERD in post 7. Possible game point for the 6. 7. Rachua, post 3. Three gets coupled. Laborde in post 4. Point 3. Returning with possible game point, it's Eki in post 1. 3 will serve, 1 with a possible game point. Over his head, double point end game, post number 1, 6 is second. And now a 4-way show playoff. 2 will serve 5, 7 will serve to 3, and the winners will face off for the show position. Point at 2. Seven will serve to 3. Over serve, point 3. Show point 2 will serve to 3. Tejada, 1 bounce, he's there. Counter Tejada. He's there. And that is that. 2 shows. It's Eki winning game 5 in post 1. Donnell second to post 6. Garcia third in post 2. 1-6 exacta for 105.80. The Quinella 1-6, 42.40. 162, $2 try, 221.80. 331 in the pick 3, 225.80. Game 6 starts the pick 4. And also is a spectacular 9 doubles match, which means the Superfecta makes its return. 6 minutes until game number 6. Good luck. Game 6, last call. Game 6, start of the Pick 4, the Superfecta. Coming up in less than a minute. This is your 6th game, Spectacular 9 doubles. Chanika with ORD in post 1. They are serving to Oleron and Arichua in the blue of post 2. Points will be doubling at the end of this round. This game played to 9 points. Chanika starts the game with a serve. Two off the backcourt, didn't quite get that far. So from the middle, Oleron grips the reverse. Point 2. Post 3, Javier with Eki. And killed way back by Oleron, point 2. The 4 is Tombor and Laborde. Too below, point 2. Lee Baugh with Ken Pendecki teamed in post 5. Out. Point 5. Gold shirts in post 6 to receive the serve. It's Vicente with Del Pesh. Point to 5. The 7 is Aran and Argoitia. It's an ace. Point to 5. Now the 8, Celaya and Donnell. Eight will get that point. Now the 1, Shanika and OARD, as the points are doubled. Point 8. Now the 3, Javier with Eki in the backcourt. Terrific catch along the wall by Eki. Donnell handles a tricky bounce. Eki shoots 2 walls from the backcourt and scores. Point to 3. Now Tombor with Laborde in the 4-post. Eki. And Eki in that corner, making a fine catch. Battle for positioning going on here. Tombor to the floor for the save. Eki, line 9. Sweeping right side. Laborde handles it easily. Another catch right at the paint by Eki. A floater there from Tombor. Point to 4. Post 2 returns. Oleron Urichua. Off the board and out, point to 4. Here is the 6, Vicente and Del Pesh. That's Laborde with a very difficult catch. Tombor launches the rebote. Del Pesh handles it on the high bounce. Tombor again, this one's low, point to 6. Now the 7 team, Moran and Argoitia. was tipped, point to the 7. Now the 5 team returns, Libois with Canpendegi. Point 7. Now Oyardi in the backcourt, Shanika in the front, post 1. Argoitia, an unreal catch at the back. And Aron reaching out to grab that one. Oyardi looking for the passing shot, and Argoitia played perfect positioning to save it. Oyardi at the back. Aron with an opportunity here. Halfway up the wall, right at Oyardi. Aron with the catch at line 6. Low, hard reverse, and it's grabbed by Chanika. He returns. Dug out by Aron. And Argoitia, good grab. Kept the throw in bounds. And a winning rebote by Chanika, point to 1. Everybody's got at least 2 points here. Celaya and Donnell in post number 8. Point to 1. Now Javier and Eki in post 3. Slung back into play by Eki. Chanika closing in, going to go for the cortada and the kill. And Eki was waiting on him. Eki with a catch. in by Javier. Big throw halfway up the back wall. Rebote too high, point to 3. Now the 2, Oleron and Urachua. Oleron looking for a Chula, going to come up just short. Eki swings at a bote, point to 3. Now Tombor and Laborde in post 4. Sailing out, went to 4. Now post 6, Vicente and Del Pesh. Scooped up by Tombor. Tombor on the attack, lets it go to his partner. Not this one. To the inside, and it's going to be point to the 4. Possible game point now for post 4, Tombor and Laborde. Here's the 5, Libois and Canpendeghi. First possible game point of game 6. It belongs to the 4. And a fine rebote by Tombor. Point and game to the 4. Coming in second, post 3. This is for third and fourth place, 7 serving 1. Point to the 1 for third, 7 is fourth. On top of a well-played Game 6, Tombor and Laborde in Post 4, Javier and Eki second in Post 3. The 1, Janika and Oyard took the show. The quad, Ara and Argoitia, Post number 7. $4-3 exacta, $60. 3-4 Quinella, $24.40. 4-3-1 $2 trifecta, $227. 4-3-1-7 superfecta, $5.30.40, and for a dime, $53.04. First number in today's pick 4 is a 4. The pick 3 is next. Game 7 kicks that off. Spectacular 7 doubles game. Windows open now. You got about 5 minutes till Game 7 commences. Our broadcast today is brought to you by Better Care of Broward Medical Center. They speak English, Spanish, French, accept all insurance, and welcome walk-ins. Visit their primary and family practice at 599 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. Better Care of Broward is your local choice for all your medical needs. Today's uniforms are proudly sponsored by IGT and Every, together built to win. Our Champions Corner sponsor, Dolphin Jewelers. Treat yourself or someone special with jewelry from Dolphin Jewelers, right down the street at 52 North Federal Highway in Dania Beach. They buy, sell, repair, and trade all types of jewelry, even custom designs. Mention High Life for an extra special discount at Dolphin Jewelers. Our media coverage powered by TPI, driven to connect. And for our fans in Connecticut, just place those highlight bets at mywinners.com, the #1 betting outlet in the state of Connecticut. mywinners.com, where Connecticut bets on the highlight. Champions Corner open Friday, Saturday all day, and Sunday. Chance to pick up some cool Dania highlight merch. Maybe make an order at the grill for a late lunch. And there's also drinks and snacks there as well. 2 minutes to post for Game 7 of the Pick 3. 2 minutes. Last call, Game 7 of the Pick 3. Last call. Our seventh game is a spectacular 7-scoring doubles match. It starts the pick 3. It'll be Libois with Eki serving in post number 1. Salaya and Ken Pendeggi receiving in post 2. The game is underway. Way to 1. Tom Bohr and Donnell, post 3. Point to 3. In the green, the team is Shanika and Delpeche, post 4. Ramate with a lot of snap on it by Chanika, point to 4. Here's the 5, Javier and Argoitia. Point 4. In the gold, it's Matt Center time, post 6. Point to the 6, and the brown is post 7, Garcia and Laborde. So Matinee winner for the 7. Oleron and Urachua, post number 8, completing round 1. Point 7. Now Celaya with Ken Pendeghi in the 2 posts as the points double in value. And the ball was juggled. Point to 7. Libois and Eki, post 1. And a sneaky shot there by Eki, point to 1. Here's post 3, Tombor and Donnell. And that ball caught some red out of bounds. So the point will go to the 3. Javier and Argoitia, post 5. Ramonte off the stolen serve by Javier, point to 5. Now Chanika and Delpeche, post 4. Taken away by Argoitia right off the side wall. scores. Now a Mets at a time, post 6. The tying off the tough catch, the reverse near Chula. And that's the time with no room to hide. A reach out, tough catch by Arguitia. Strong right side. The tying splits a pair, and that's going to be high, point to 6. Now Oleron and Urachua in the 8 post. Bote pronto catch by Urachua. And same thing for a tying on the reverse side. Furtado, Oleron, point of the 8. Post 2, Celaya and Ken Fandegi. Point of the 8. Garcia and Laborde post 7. Kept alive. Garcia on the attack, and Urachua stood strong in the backcourt. Garcia, big right side, going to come out. Oleron drops it to Bote, in there, point to the 8. Possible game point for Oleron and Urachua in post 8. Here's Lee Ball and Eki in the 1 post. Possible game point, post number 8. Costado. Urichua's right there. Hecky from the outside. Double point at game post number 8. 5 will serve 7 for place and show. That's too low. Point to 7. 5 is third. Oleron and Urichua win the 7th game in post 8. Garcia and Laborde won the place in post 7, and the show goes to Javier and Arguitia in post 5. $8-7 exacta, $483. The 7-8 Quinella for $52.60. 8-7-5 $2 try, $1,146. And in the pick 3, the opening number today is an 8. Game 8 is Spectacular 7 doubles. It is next, and it begins the late daily double. Post time in 5 for game number 8.
Well, good Sunday afternoon, everybody. Thanks for being around to watch Dania Beach Highlight. Dave and Benny here. And what's on your mind? You came bouncing up the stairs hey, let's talk to the people.
It's Sunday, man. It's Sunday. I feel bad. I wanted to come up like 3 games ago, but, I got a lot of stuff going on there. I didn't expect my helper, my scorekeeper to come in today. So I was able to sit down at my desk and do some work, which is, it takes a little bit of the pressure off of next week. So, and plus I was looking, I always pop into the chat every once in a while. I can't have it on the whole time, but yeah, I was seeing that people were asking about the Sundays and the supers and all of that stuff.
I could use a Sunday right about now.
Yeah, well, next Sunday.
Next Sunday.
Yeah, next Sunday we're going to be playing all singles and Monday as well, which is the 19th, I believe.
It is.
And so we'll be playing super singles on both days. And, I'm starting to second guess my decision to play all those super effectives because, on top of that, it is probably going to be a long day. All the players are going to be playing 6 or 7 games. There's just no way around it. But, it's going to be right now. We made the decision to do games the same ones, 1, 3, 6 and 9.
That's 4. Okay.
Okay.
So
well, it's going to be. I'm sorry. It's going to be 1, 3, 5, 6, and 9.
Okay. So
are going to be the superfecta games.
Okay.
But I'm open to hear from the fans. In the chat, if you want to put in it's a great idea or it's a horrible idea. I'm very flexible. As a matter of fact, I think the last time I was here, we talked about how was I going to select the players playing Sunday and how was I going to play.
And you wanted to split up the workload equally.
Right. And when I felt bad because you and I talked about it on Saturday, or what was it, Friday night.
Friday, yeah.
And then, they heard it in the back in the locker room. They have the TV on and they heard it. And I felt bad because, they should hear it from me first directly to them, and then we should announce it to the people. But anyways, didn't have many concerns. We had a short meeting, and I told them that there was 3 ways I was going to select. It was going to either be by top 10, and statistically would play one day, and then the other 10 would play the other day, or I would have done it like all front quarters and all back quarters, or I was open 3 for suggestions. You know, if anybody has any concerns or requests, then I could look at it like that. So they came in today with their list.
With some ideas?
With some suggestions, which is fine with me. I actually looked it over. There was exactly 8 guys that wanted to play Sunday so they could have Monday off for the tailgating of the Hurricane game.
Okay.
And then there was other guys that wanted to play on Monday because they wanted to have Sunday off to be with some friends and family. And then there was like 5 or 6 guys that were indifferent. They didn't care one way or the other. So I looked at all the possibilities, and it's going to work out. It's going to be competitive. It's going to be fun. And, we're going to try to make the best of it.
I don't think the day will be that long. Yeah, the 9-point games can be tricky, but it is singles. The points tend to be shorter.
Yes.
So you'll probably end up with about an equal length a day, I think. And it will be fascinating to see who comes out of here because they're not sharing that prize money with anybody either. So there's going to be some extra motivation to pick up a little more than you normally would get in a singles game as opposed to doubles. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, again, we're doing it so that the players could rest, and then in February when the Biscayne Cup comes to town, we're going to have a lot of highlight that week, and. The guys coming in from Spain will probably not be playing any of the Canela games, which means that our guys are going to be playing.
Last call for betting game 8.
Are going to be playing a lot of games. So, I'm starting to second guess myself because I'm a like you said one time, I'm the man of the people. I'm a players manager. I get criticized in the boardroom because all I care about is protecting the players, but somebody's got to do it. And, I'm second-guessing doing that Wednesday and making a full performance. Maybe we go back to the drawing board and we just do partidos that night with no betting, but we'll broadcast it and we'll do
on Wednesday night. That would be a night on Wednesday.
That would be a Wednesday night performance. And we'll just have the 4 partidos. The 2 partidos of 2 sets each and a tiebreaker if necessary. So that's kind of going up and down. Let me look at the chat here because I got a couple people that are.
All right, we're about to start here. So
in.
If you got one quickie, and if you want to stick around to do after this game too, you're welcome.
Yeah. I got time. It's Sunday. Everybody's happy. We're closing up the week. Do most of these guys speak English? Very few of them speak English. All of them speak Spanish. Most of them speak French. Very few of them speak only French, and a couple of guys like Del Pesh, he speaks very good English, and there's a couple of guys that speak English. They all speak English, but maybe not enough to have a conversation with an American person.
Is it generally the guys who have been around longer who speak the better English?
Yeah, Oleron and Tambor, and I speak Spanish, so we speak mainly in Spanish. But if I needed to, my son was here today, and they were talking in both Spanish and English, so yeah. And that's pretty much it. I think somebody's saying to make one of them $1 minimum. I could tell you the one issue that we faced is that the tote companies. I'm not going to say it's hard coded, but when we make changes, it's a real headache for the guys up there. So we can't really make a lot of changes on the fly.
Okay.
It has to be predetermined maybe the season, before the season. So we probably won't change anything like that. All right, guys, enjoy this game. We'll chit-chat a little more after Game 8.
This is Game 8, Spectacular 7 doubles, and begins the late daily double with Celaya and Donnell in post 1, serving to Oleron and Tyne in post 2. Here's the serve. We're underway. That ball was tipped, point to 2. Javier Canpendegui, post 3. Kill shot, point 3. Laurent and Del Peche in the 4. Point 3. Post 5, Ahmed and Oyardi. Upper cushion, point to 5. Lebois and Eki in the goal, post 6. Cortada and Lebois perfectly positioned to make the catch, pounds the reverse, and Oyardi comes away with a great catch. Ramate and catch by Ahmed. Cortada from the wood, point to 5. Vicente and Arguitia, the 7 post. That's a point to post number 7. That'll bring out the 8, Shanika and the board to conclude round 1. That's low, point 7. The double point round, here's Celaya and Donnell at post number 1. Point to one. Double points. Continuing with post 2, Oleron and a time. Janelle in the corner. Oleron catching that shot from Donnell. Celaya jumping into play. Perfect throw. Can't beat that. Point 2. Laurent and Delpeche post 4. That's a great throw there from Oleron, point to 2. Possible game point for Oleron and a tie in the 2 post. Here is post 3, Javier and Ken Pendeghi. Matinee, and that's a fine shot by Javier, point to 3. LeBlanc Eki, post 6. Matinee there for Javier, point to 3. Now, possible game point for Javier and Ken Pendeghi in post 3. Here's a Metz and Oyardi on the 5. Double point game, post number 3. Post 2 places in a 3-way show playoff. 7 will serve the 1 and 5 on deck. Vicente drops the shot in for point 7. 7 as the possible show point, serving the 5. We'll do it one more time. 5 will serve. OERD with the catch. Point to 5 for the show. Winners game 8, post 3, Javier and Ken Pendeghi coming in second, all around in a tie to post 2, the 5 third, Amets and OERD. $3-2 Exacta, $70.60, 2-3 Quinella, $24, $3-2-5, $2 try, $361. And in the daily double, your first number is 3. We'll wrap everything up with Game 9, Spectacular 9 singles, featuring the Superfecta. Post time at 5 for the final game of the day.
As David Lee Roth once said, I heard you missed us. We're back.
Come on, Dave. Give me a break.
There you go. One break coming up. Different songs, though. Remember, I heard
What about
We're back is Hot from Teacher.
What about Dave's not here? Remember that one?
Yeah, well, that's way back. That's
we're dating ourselves now with that one.
Tremendously dating ourselves. But I always loved that. I heard you missed us. We're back.
Yeah.
Another throwaway line in that. I don't feel tardy. So.
Those were the good old days. 1984. Oh, my God. Do you remember 1984?
That was a huge summer for me in more ways than I care to publicly admit. But let's just say it was a really good summer for Dave.
I have a hard time telling my kids how great the 80s was. They're always telling me how great the 90s were. I was like, that's because you didn't live in the 80s.
No, exactly. The 90s, you're busy working. In the 80s, I was working here, and that was the only job I had, really, at the 84 especially. Nice. No, I take that back. I had a real part-time radio job, like one morning a week on Saturdays. I'd have to get up at 4, go to Boca, work there, and then there'd be, if it was in season, I'd have a double header too. I had an air mattress and slept on the floor in the booth in between on Saturdays.
Oh, wow.
To catch up on the sleep because I was up so early because I was late in on Friday night,
Yeah.
So because we had doubles Fridays and Saturdays in those days.
So that's basically you paying your dues, kid.
Yeah, I was young. I was in my 20s,
Yeah,
and
you gotta pay your dues.
Yeah, I didn't mind. And
a bunch of people are asking about Johan and Gorka. They are set to win a match on Monday afternoon. It'll probably be on 4 o'clock our time on the Basque Network. I saw who they were playing. I know it's a good match. I think it's Baron Dika and whoever his partner is. But it's going to be a good match, and hopefully they just landed. I told you, they landed a couple of hours ago in Bilbao, so hopefully they're home already resting. And they'll be there all of next week. They won't be here for Super Single Sunday and Monday. They land that Tuesday, which what is that? Well, that would be the 20th.
20th.
They land here the 20th, and of course, Johan said, "I'll play Tuesday night.
He did.
I'll play Tuesday night if you want." It's like, dude, you land at 4 o'clock in Miami. You think you're gonna make it here by 7? But I'm gonna weigh that one by the situation. Hopefully, everybody's fit and feeling good, and then they'll probably start the following Thursday. So. That's that. They're going to miss the Super Singles, so you guys are going to have to figure it all out. Because I know somebody said earlier that it would be easier if they were playing, but not the case.
No, as I said, you and I were talking during the game. I said I'm surprised that the entire roster didn't ship in to buy a giant van to make sure they both got to the airport.
They actually wanted them to leave a little earlier.
Yeah,
a few days earlier.
And they just happened to really crank up the volume yesterday in especially the earlier games. They both were just spectacular. I don't usually see a guy throw 2 chulas in a singles game like Gorka did in Game 1 yesterday.
Yeah.
But we wanted to talk a little bit.
Hold on, because someone's commenting. I want to get your advice on this, and we only have a couple of minutes.
Boy.
Someone's saying that the 70s were even better than the 80s. What do you think? I was young in the 70s.
I was younger in the 70s, but
as far as Miami Highlight's concerned, he's right, 100%.
Yeah, and I started going, late 70s. Because I was still doing radio. It's like 1980 is when I really started getting into it because I was working at a radio station. Remember then media and highlight were completely different animals back then.
Yeah.
And I became friendly with Marty Fleischman and then the late Kevin Kaufman and started going to highlight. That's where I fell in love with the sport.
Oh, those are two of my boys right there.
And, they took good care of me and Big Dave.
And
we were working together at the time at a radio station that doesn't exist anymore. There's a lot of those around.
Yeah. Oh, crap. We only got a minute. One answer, and then we go.
Oyonard. Game 9.
Oyonard is scheduled to come back sometime after the 15th of this month, so we'll see.
No way.
Yeah,
we'll
see. He's already he's been practicing the whole time.
I noticed that.
But just with the right side. He can't throw with the left side yet. So, anyways.
No, that's way faster than I thought. But you want to talk, we have a minute here, about Javier.
Oh, yeah. I did want to mention Javier because you were saying how, he's also, not statistically the greatest guy on the roster, but I mentioned to you that he's special, and I said, let me wait till we get on so I can tell you why. He's the player that he wins, he loses, he scores points, he loses points, he wins games, he loses games, but he's even-keeled. Like, you don't know if he's winning or losing. When we were back in the Miami days, we used to sit by the entrance of the cage, and we would watch everybody come in after a game, and I always said you shouldn't be able to tell who won and who lost by just after the game. And Javier is that guy. He walks in and out, and he's very even keel. I love him. I think he's got a very high ceiling. He's in his first year here. I told you, I'll give him a 10-year contract if I could.
I would not judge him by stats. And I felt that way about Celaya, too. Celaya got out of a terrible slump yesterday and picked up a bunch of wins. I think both those guys are better players than their numbers indicate. And sometimes all you look at is the box score of a basketball game, and you think, that guy didn't do anything, and maybe you don't see the impact he has. And I think of these guys, they have the ability. They're also incredibly young.
Yes.
And especially Javier. I'm with you on him. I think his game has gotten better every week almost.
Yeah, both him and Ahmet are doing much better. All right, we're going to get the game started, but I just want to make one comment because we were going to talk about this and we totally skipped it.
Oh, yeah.
The difference in the last Friday's partido was the chemistry of the blue team. Their chemistry was through the roof, and the other team was struggling and getting it together. I think that was the difference because they all four played pretty well.
Well, I was just impressed. I'm sitting up here with a longtime friend of mine watching the partido, and it was unfortunately a little quiet in the crowd, and we could hear Oyard from a back wall all the way across through all these bulletproof windows from a little window that's got some holes in it over here. A cage, really.
He was the MVP of the partido. He was so fired up.
He was,
and you could see it. And I was, like I said, I went into the cage so I could see it up close. And it's for me as the manager.
Well, here, let me start the march. We can keep going while
very
the march is
pleasure. It's it was a pleasure to see that.
Well, the thing that I liked about it is he controlled his emotions so well, despite the fact that he was so fired up.
Right.
He stayed, I hate this cliche, but I'll have to use it. He stayed in the moment
Yes.
and didn't let the emotions distract him when he was playing.
Yeah.
And you're right. They were super communicative with both of them. You could hear that very easily. They earned it. It was a well-played partido, too, I thought.
Yeah.
And I really can't wait for Friday. Friday's going to be nuts.
Yeah, we'll talk about that Tuesday night.
Yeah,
I'm going to be busy in the matinee, but Tuesday night I'll be ready. Go ahead.
All right, man.
Fly us in. Have a great weekend, you guys, what's left of it, and we'll see you next week.
All right, here we go. Game number 9, Spectacular 9 singles in the Superfecta. Libois serving in post 1. Vicente receiving in post number 2.
Okay, I'm going to keep going because this is something that, I don't really want to address it, but I will.
I'm here if you need me.
Yorkville Charlie, I mean, he's pretty brutal and pretty critical on Cam Pandeggi, and all I have to say is that this kid is going to one day be much better than he is today, and I'm willing to wait, okay? And unfortunately, it's my decision if he comes back or not, and if it was your decision, I would respect it 100%, but it's not.
And Libois is going to be there in time. He'll counter, and he won't make it. Comes up short, point to 2.
It's my decision whether any of these players come back or not, and I don't make that decision until April or May when I'm sitting down analyzing everything. So all the haters of Cam Pandeggi, you can keep hating. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect him. But just know this, we have great conversations every day, and every day we're building to be a better player. Okay? That's all I got to say. I stay positive. I don't dwell in the negative, okay? And you know what? Him and I were very similar players. I played very similar to Cam Pandeggi as far as the after-catching part. All right, guys. That's it. I'm out. Have a good one.
Shanika, post 4. Perfect throw by Shanika, point to the 4. Post 5 is Talaya. Point to 4. Laurent, post 6, in the goal. Nice touch by Chanika, point to the 4. Oleron, post 7. Point 4. Garcia in the 8 post. Down the wall and into the cesta of Garcia. It's a great catch. Point to 4. This is a 9-point game. 4 serving 1. Libois as the points double. Tejada, 2 bounces, point to 4. Now it's possible game point for Chanika in post number 4. Here is Argoitia, post 3. 4 as a possible game point. Winning game to the 4. It's a perfect game for Chanika. Vicente finishing second in post 2, so we'll finish off with a 6-way playoff for 3rd and 4th place. 5 will serve 6, then 7 to 8, then 1 to 3, and the winners will continue. Six. 7 serves 8. Point 7. 7 stays in the playoff. Now 1 serves 3. Going for the picada. It's going to be caught. 1 to 1. 6 will serve to 7, 1 on deck. Beautifully played by Oran, point to 6. Possible show point for Oran in post 6. Here is Libois in the 1. Point to 1, and we'll wrap it up for 3rd and 4th place with 1 serving 6. Karen Winter, point to 1 for third, 6 is fourth. And the final game won by Chunica at post 4, Vicente second, post 2, Libois third at post 1, Aura fourth at post 6. Exacta 4-2, $52. 2-4 Quinella, $21.80. Trifecta paying $240.80, and the Superfecta $903.90. The Daily Double 3-4, $228. The Pick 4, 2 of 4 for $4.30. So we'll carry forward for Tuesday afternoon with $17.22. And Pick 3, nobody had all the combinations. Everything pays $111. All 3-4, 8 all 4, and 8-3 all. Our broadcast brought to you by Better Care of Broward Medical Center, where they speak English, Spanish, and French, accept all insurance, and welcome walk-ins. Visit their primary and family practice at 599 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. Better Care of Broward is your local choice for all your medical needs. Today's uniforms were proudly sponsored by IGT and Every, together built to win. Our Champions Corner sponsor, Dolphin Jewelers, where you can treat yourself or someone special with jewelry from Dolphin Jewelers, right down the road at 52 North Federal Highway in Dania Beach. They buy, sell, repair, and trade all types of jewelry, even custom designs. Mention High Life for an extra special discount at Dolphin Jewelers. Our media coverage today was powered by TPI, driven to connect. And fans in Connecticut were able to bet on Highlight today at mywinners.com, the top betting outlet in the state of Connecticut. mywinners.com, where Connecticut bets on Highlight. That will do it until Tuesday, 1 p.m. We're taking tomorrow off. We'll have a doubleheader on Tuesday at 1 and 7. And don't forget, Friday night will be the third quarterfinal partido in the Dania Beach Invitational. Thank you all for joining us. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. On behalf of everybody here at Dania Beach Highlight and the casino at Dania Beach, Dave Lamont saying so long from the Sunshine State.